images coming in on your screens are from the Major Dhyan Chand Stadium here in the national capital, where the Prime Minister is felicitating India's champs, the athletes who've brought glory to the country. 111 medals, that's what the tally was of India. It's the second highest, it's the highest in fact tally as far as the Asian Para Games are concerned. At least 29 gold medals is what India has come back with. Coaches of these athletes are also present at the Major Dhyan Chand Stadium, where the Prime Minister is felicitating them. He would be having a small interaction with these athletes, their coaches. Not just congratulations that are in order, but also to motivate them to aim higher for the upcoming tournaments and the upcoming games. Para Games 2022, remember, just concluded a few days ago. The Prime Minister there interacting with all the athletes who've come back victorious. 111 was the medal tally as far as India is concerned. The Sports Minister Anurag Thakur also present with the Prime Minister as he interacts with India's athletes. This is happening in the national capital at the Major Dhyan Chand Stadium.
इसी दृष्टि से ये जो क्षण है बेहद अहम कहे जा सकते हैं। बेहद आत्मीयता भरे ये क्षण है, बेहद भावनात्मक ये क्षण है जब प्रधानमंत्री एक परिवार के प्रमुख के रूप में उनसे बातचीत कर रहे हैं और उनकी बातें सुन रहे हैं, उनसे रूबरू हो रहे हैं, उनसे उनके जो अनुभव हैं वो साझा हो रहे हैं। खिलाड़ी भी प्रधानमंत्री के साथ अपने अनुभव साझा कर रहे हैं, उनके साथ आत्मीयतापूर्ण वार्तालाप कर रहे हैं। प्रधानमंत्री पैरा एथलीटों के साथ बातचीत करते हुए बेहद महत्वपूर्ण ये क्षण कहे जा सकते हैं, ये पल कहे जा सकते हैं और ये पहली बार नहीं है जब प्रधानमंत्री इस तरह।
Payal, my colleague, now joining us, getting us more details of what's transpiring there. Payal, several of the athletes there, the Prime Minister interacting, in tow, of course, the Sports Minister Anurag Thakur.
Yes, it is in fact a very special occasion, given the fact that we've seen the number of medals that we really have seen, with also the kind of numbers in terms of medals that we've been able to get for Paralympics also is something which is very, very important. And here the Asian Game medalists have interacted with the Prime Minister. The Prime Minister understanding from them what their challenges are, what their responsibilities are, and how they've been able to achieve. Because remember, it's quite an effort that these athletes have really been able to make to shine at the topmost honor over here. And this is something that we've really seen in terms of the government push really very, very hard. You saw in the Olympics how the government really stood very solidly behind the athletes. So we saw a record number of medals, not only just in the main Olympics, but also in the Paralympics as well. So apparently Narendra Modi has a lot of, fancy for detailing. So he can be getting into detailed conversation with all these athletes, interacting with them. In fact, the athletes are extremely excited. Some of them wanting to click pictures with them. The Prime Minister can be seen, understanding from them how they went about the entire challenge that actually is. Because, obviously it's competition at the highest level, the most professional level. And there Anurag Singh Thakur, the Union Sports Minister, and the MOS Sports, Nishit Pramanik, also by Prime Minister Modi's side.
Right, we're given to understand it's not just the athletes, not just the medal winners who are there. Their coaches are also perhaps going to be present once after the photo op is over and there's a larger interaction that takes place.
Yes, there is, John. This is the pattern which the government has really been following, and even after the Olympics, you saw the Prime Minister interacting with everybody, not just the medal winners, but also the participants on the whole. Because remember, some athlete has not been able to win medals, doesn't make him or her any lesser. Because every athlete makes his or her push in the big way to actually bring laurels to the country, and all efforts must be lauded. So in the past also we've seen the Prime Minister encouraging athletes and telling them not to get really bogged down by failure, probably the inability to get medals. So it's quite an interaction that one can really see. We can see a lot of animated conversations with the Prime Minister with all these athletes. Some of them, of course, have interacted with the Prime Minister in the past as well. But yes, the Prime Minister understanding from them how they went about things. So it's quite an interactive session that we really see the Prime Minister and the athletes engaged in a conversation. We'll have to just wait and see what conversation he really had. We should be able to get the details in some time from now.
को बनाए रखने के लिए और देश की उपलब्धियों में और नए पदक शामिल करने के लिए और नए चार चांद लगाने के लिए तो बेहद अहम है प्रधानमंत्री की ये मुलाकात खिलाड़ियों के साथ। प्रधानमंत्री एक परिवार प्रमुख के रूप से मिल रहे हैं इन खिलाड़ियों से, उनसे बातचीत कर रहे हैं और खिलाड़ी भी बेहद खुश दिखाई दे रहे हैं अपने अनुभव साझा करने के लिए। करीब 303 एथलीट्स जो हैं इस प्रोग्राम में हिस्सा ले रहे हैं और इन एथलीट्स के साथ उनके कोच हैं, पैरालंपिक कमेटी के ऑफिशियल्स हैं, इंडियन ओलंपिक एसोसिएशन के मेंबर्स, नेशनल स्पोर्ट्स फेडरेशन के अधिकारी और मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ यूथ अफेयर्स और स्पोर्ट्स के अधिकारी भी इस कार्यक्रम में हैं। और अगर हम बात करें पिछले अनुभवों की तो एशियन गेम्स एथलीट्स से भी पीएम मोदी मिले थे और इससे पहले एशियन गेम्स में हिस्सा लेने वाले एथलीट से प्रधानमंत्री ने मुलाकात की थी और समय समय पर प्रधानमंत्री इस तरह से खिलाड़ियों से, युवाओं से विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में मुलाकात करते हैं, उनसे बातचीत करते हैं, उनकी हौसला अफजाई करते हैं और बेहद भावुक वो क्षण हो जाते हैं जब प्रधानमंत्री एक परिवार के मुखिया की तरह उनसे उनकी जो समस्याएं हैं उनके बारे में भी बात करते हैं और उनकी जो उपलब्धियां हैं उन पर भी उन्हें प्रोत्साहन देते हैं, उनके कंधों पर हाथ रखकर उनकी सराहना करते हैं तो उनका आत्मविश्वास हमेशा दोगुना हो जाता है। और इसी दृष्टि से प्रधानमंत्री का ये संवाद, प्रधानमंत्री की ये मुलाकात अपने आप में बेहद अहम है। प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी बातचीत करते हुए खिलाड़ियों से, युवाओं से, पैरा एथलीटों से जिन्होंने शानदार उपलब्धि हासिल की है और उनकी उपलब्धि पर उनकी सराहना करते हुए, उनसे बातचीत करते हुए, उन्हें प्रोत्साहित करते हुए प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी। और बेहद अहम ये क्षण है जब जो एथलीट्स का ये दल है ये भी काफी खुश नजर आ रहा है, काफी प्रफुल्लित नजर आ रहा है। प्रधानमंत्री
The Prime Minister there interacting with these athletes. We'll try and cut across when we get a glimpse of that interaction taking place, an excerpt if you will. Before now, shifting focus to the top story that we're tracking here on Nation at 5.